So this is our first walk. It's not going well, but that's completely expected because she has no idea what my expectations of her are now. And so that's kind of what we're learning now, is I'm not really putting too much emphasis on corrections. If it's something that, like lunging at other dogs or things like that, then yes, I will correct her for them. But right now my emphasis on is trying to show her what I want, which means a nice, calm, steady walk next to me. Come on, Sadie. Come on, Sadie. And so what I have her on is called a slip harness. It's just a leash that's made into a harness. And what it does is that when she pulls, it pulls. So it's kind of pushing back on her chest plate. And that's making it uncomfortable to pull. And so eventually she'll realize that in order for that to stop, she needs to stop. And so that's the goal here. It's just minimal corrections, kind of showing her what I expect of her. Good girl. When she does right, I praise it. She's getting her feet stepped on a lot because she's not paying attention to me whatsoever, which is something we're definitely going to work on. I don't expect to focus heel out of my dogs, which means they're staring at me all the time, like you see in the fancy training videos of working German Shepherds. Because just in our specific instances, it's too much. It's not necessary. But I do expect her to understand where my body is and what I'm doing. And if I turn, I expect her to understand that and go with me. So that's definitely something we're going to be working at as well. I'll show you videos on how to do that at home if I feel she needs it. But yeah, so this is just going to be very, very repetitive. We'll do this probably once a day, if not twice, when it gets a little cooler. I'm not going to do it during the day. And so sometimes I may even have to skip, just depends on the heat index with her weight and breed. I am not going to push her walking in the sun. As you could say, I made sure we were in a very shady spot. She's got a cool bandana on right now. So we're making sure we protect her at all costs because she's more important than walking, in my opinion. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. Good girl, Sadie. She's kind of starting to figure it out. She's settling much more now. I'm not having to hold her back near as much. Good girl, Sadie. She's doing really good in the house. She's loving interacting with all the dogs. She's doing okay in her kennel. She kind of gets a little chatty when she feels it's time to come out, but we're working on that. She's eating well. She's having trouble getting used to our scenery where there's lots of noise and stuff. So urinating and defecating has been a challenge for her. But I did finally see her poop this morning, which is great. So she's definitely making all of the expected progress that we expect to see. She's not any slower than anybody else. She's not any faster than anybody else. She's just right on track.